Let's talk about where things stand because this thing is moving north. It's heading in our direction. Forecasted not necessarily to hit us with the middle of the storm, but we are seeing evacuations in the Outer Banks because of the impending impacts.
And that's kind of leading to the biggest point here, Anthony, in that a lot of people will see the forecast cone and realize it's not going to make landfall in all likelihood near us and think we're in the clear, right? That's not how weather works, right? This thing is not following a roadmap and saying, I'm going to stay here, right? It's much larger than that, so its impacts will reach quite a bit. And a great example is surf is already being churned up, right? This thing is 800 miles away from us, and we're already seeing the surf pick up. So its reach is quite large. So starting off, right now it is a Category 3. There it is towards the Bahamas. Northwest, but making that turn to the north as we go through the next day or so. So you see it kind of paralleling the East Coast. It will be closest to us on Thursday, so that's when our impacts will be the greatest. And then from there, taking off towards the north. I want to show you kind of the size. You see the rain field, the clouds, you see the isobars there to show you where the center of circulation is. So there's that movement towards the north. Again, closest to us on Thursday. I've paused it right around mid-morning on Thursday. You see the bullseye off of our coastline, but you can see those rain bands reaching inland. And of course, the surf will be high. That risk for flooding will be up. And we could see those winds close to tropical storm strength before taking off towards the north and east. Speaking of the winds, there you go. There's the wind field. The yellow, those are tropical storm force winds, 39 plus miles per hour. Hurricane force winds in the red. So I think those hurricane strength winds will stay off the coast, but the tropical storm force winds sneaking in right along the coastline, especially along the Outer Banks. So folks down towards Hatteras, you will likely feel the strongest winds from this system as it slides by on Thursday. Here's a look at the wind gust for a lot of our coastal communities. Wednesday, just starting to pick up. You see those winds gusting to near 20 miles per hour or so later Wednesday. Thursday, that's when the winds really get going. We're talking gusts closer to 40 in Virginia Beach, closer to 50 in Kitty Hawk, closer to 60 in Hatteras. So those gusts definitely to tropical storm strength. Still going to be on the blustery side for Friday, but starting to back down. You see those winds at around 30 miles per hour as we go through midday on Friday and continuing to relax from there. So picking up second half of Wednesday, tailing off through the first part of Friday. So here's a breakdown of what to expect, kind of the bottom line. One of our biggest issues will be overwash on the Outer Banks, that big wave action coupled with the storm surge. Also some tidal flooding. So areas in Hampton Roads, your high tide going to be higher than what we typically see as a result of that big storm kind of churning things up out there. As far as storm surge goes, looking at 2 to 4 feet for North Carolina along the Outer Banks, 1 to 3 for the Virginia coastline. Winds sustained between 20 and 40, but gusts between 40 and 60 miles per hour. So obviously winds that strong, we could have some issues with power outages, trees down, things like that. I mentioned that risk for some tidal flooding. Here's a look at our high tide cycle for Sewell's Point, kind of central location to Hampton Roads. Into the nuisance category there Wednesday, but starting to build Thursday night. That Thursday night high tide, I think that's where the most trouble will be. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind for planning purposes. Where we're going to see flooding, the biggest risk will be on Thursday. Outside right now, seeing a little bit of rain up across the peninsula and eastern shore, not part of the tropical system, just some scattered showers and storms lingering today with that mix of partly to mostly cloudy skies. I'll give it about a 40% chance as we go through today. Temperatures still in the 80s over the next several days, still just a little bit below normal for this time of year. Still going to be quite muggy the next couple of days, and then we get a little break. That humidity, that dew point drops as we go towards Friday and Saturday, so something to look forward to there for the end of the week. So over the next 7 days, temperatures still in the 80s, biggest impacts from Hurricane Erin on Thursday, and then a big time improvement as we look at Friday into the start of the weekend.